Okay, I got the ring. Finals MVP. I'm the man now. Who wants some of that? Bring it.
Meet Cyber Jordan and his backboard banging, retina burning Dr. Kaboom Air War Goliath. NBA Live 2000. Big air, big hair. EA Sports. It's in the game.
What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Izzy's Retro Video Game Reviews. And on today's episode, I'm going to be talking about another one of my favorite games in the NBA Live series, and that is NBA Live 2000. So, NBA Live 2000 came out in November of 1999, so right around the time the NBA season started. So, I don't know, for some reason back then in the early mid to late 90s, like the season started kind of in November and not in October, and then later on they kind of pushed it back to October. But yeah, so and the reason why this NBA Live is so special to me and why it's one of my favorites is because it was the first time in the series that you were able to play as Michael Jordan. So so yeah, I don't know the reason why Michael Jordan wasn't in a lot of the '90s video games when he was an active NBA competitor, but I guess his asking price was just too high. I mean, for uh, I know there's a version of NBA Jam that was only available on the arcade, and it had him in it. He was removed later on due to licensing issues, but yeah, and I think it's somewhere out there the version of NBA Jam where Michael Jordan is in the game, and but yeah, so as for NBA Live, though, this is the first time that he appeared in the NBA Live series. He wasn't in 96, 97, or 98 when he was playing as an active competitor, and then Live 99 he wasn't in either, and then 2000 I guess they gave when he was retired from the NBA. I guess EA Sports gave him a call and said, "Hey, we want you in the game," and they got the deal done, and this was the first of three appearances for him in the NBA Live series. He would later appear in NBA Live '02 when he was a member of the Washington Wizards. He was in that game, and he was also a member of the '90s All Decade team in NBA Live 2004 before not appearing in another game until NBA 2K11, and then which NBA at that point NBA 2K was the only thing on the market, so they were able to get him and use his likeness and everything like that. And he's appeared in the NBA 2K series since NBA 2K11. And what do you call it? But as for NBA Live 2000, man, um, I just remember playing it and seeing him in the commercial, with a virtual version of him going up against then MVP and Finals MVP and NBA champion Tim Duncan. It was pretty cool, and you hear the EA Sports guy say, "Meet Cyber Jordan." Who's back for a wham slam and jam or something along those lines, and then the trademark NBA Live 2000, and then what do you call it? Yeah, and then what do you call it? So he was. I just remember getting the. I had it for Nintendo 64, the PlayStation version. There was a PlayStation version, and it also came out for the PC. On the Nintendo 64 version, the beginning is quite a little bit different. Like the opening intro is done with in-game footage rather than on the PlayStation version where the opening video is actually actual NBA footage. So on the N64, you couldn't really get those types of videos on a cartridge, and those were made for more disc-based games. So like, if you wanted, like, it did the same thing with they did the same thing with WWF Attitude. There was an intro using real WWE footage on the PlayStation and Dreamcast versions, and then on the N64 version, you didn't get any intro at all, which kind of sucked. But yeah, no. So I remember like my brother Gus and I, man, and my brothers Gus and Carl and I were huge fans of NBA Live. You know, this is before NBA. Actually, NBA 2K had just came out for the Dreamcast, but I didn't own the Dreamcast. We didn't own the Dreamcast at the time, so we were still playing NBA Live, just like we had been all the previous years. And you know, Carl grew up loving Michael Jordan, as did I. Man, that's where I get my love and respect for Michael Jordan from my brother Carl, because we would all be sitting on the couch, Sunday specifically, watching the NBA on NBC in the early mid and late '90s. If you know, you know, and even into the 2000s a little bit. But yeah, so for NBA Live, I remember Michael Jordan being extremely annoying and difficult to unlock. I know if you played Live 2000, you know what I'm talking about. So you had to unlock him in one-on-one mode. There was a mode where you can play him, where you have to play him one-on-one, and then if you beat him, you unlock him, and then you can put him on any roster that you want. You know, you don't, it not just limited to the Bulls. So you had so I know I put him on the Lakers, because you know the 99 2000 Lakers were pretty much unstoppable, and you had Jordan at that, who had like the highest stats in the game. I mean, absolutely unbeatable, man. And no matter what difficulty you had it on, man, MJ did not miss. I mean, you had to really play defense to kind of stifle him and throw off his shot. If you were a lackluster defensive player like I was at the time, man, he would just blow right by you and either shoot a jumper over you or just straight dunk on you, man. It was a nightmare to try and unlock Michael Jordan, and when you did, you felt a huge sense of accomplishment. Oh my God! And and what do you call it? And that's not the only cool thing about NBA Live 2000, man. The soundtrack was pretty damn cool too. You had Rozelle, who was a really big artist at the time. You know, beatboxer, really big artist blowing up. He had just released a single called "All I Know," and that was on the NBA Live 2000 soundtrack, and it's a banger. And he did all the in-game sound effects for the menus and everything, so that was pretty cool. And then you had the original commentary team of long before Marv Albert and Steve Kerr took over in 2004. You had Don Poyer and Reggie Tees, man. Great memories of just playing the game, and I'm playing with my brothers and just having a good time, man. So yeah, NBA Live 2000, one of my favorites in the series. And the only the only funny thing about it is, instead of having Tim Duncan in the opening video, you actually had Kevin Garnett, who would actually go on to grace the cover of NBA Live 2001. So in my opinion, they could have saved it, but small gripe. Small gripe compare for otherwise what was a great game. Yeah, man. So that is gonna do it for this episode of Izzy's Retro Video Game Reviews. Like, subscribe, share. Don't forget to hit that notification button so you don't miss a video. And I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.